Raider Nation, what's up? We finally got Max Crosby some help. Let's talk about it. Raider Nation, what's happening? Welcome to Protect the Shield podcast. It's your boy Chris. Everybody, please make sure you tap in, meaning hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. So let's talk about our new cousin, Tyree Wilson. So Wilson, he's a 6'6", 275-pound edge rusher from Texas Tech with an 86-inch wingspan. His size is comparable to Myles Garrett. This guy, he's a physical specimen. Just last year, he led the Big 12 in pressures with 50, and that's despite missing 3 games with a foot injury. He also had the highest pressure rate in the conference at 21%, which was 5th highest in the nation. He led the Big 12 in tackles for loss with 14.5, and he was 2nd in the Big 12 in sacks with 7. I'm excited about this pick. To be completely transparent, I really did want Jalen Carter, so that's no secret. But I do understand why we passed on him, just like 8 other teams did. Now with Wilson, we have a dynamic player with a high ceiling. He has a high motor and known for his strong work ethic. Now, he's not the perfect prospect. He does have some glaring areas of improvement, but which prospect doesn't? I mean, his hand-to-hand combat needs a little work. And he also needs to get more rush moves in his arsenal, because if you really watch the tape, he pretty much favors his swim move and his bull rush, which he was dominant at the college level. But, those current moves, they're not always going to work against premier NFL talent. But what I do like about Wilson is he wants to always continue to learn. I mean, he's not necessarily focused on what he's doing well, but he'll rather learn where are the areas that he needs to improve. And honestly, that's huge. That's essential because all the weaknesses that he does possess, they're coachable. With the proper guidance, he could develop his technique and proficiencies. But you can't teach work ethic. You can't teach passion. You damn sure can't teach a 6'6" frame with an 86-inch wingspan. So, I mean, that's definitely something, we have to, take a look at and really think about. And then also, in talking to other fans, there's a big misconception that we don't need an edge rusher because we have Chandler Jones. And I understand the logic behind that, but, you have to keep in mind in Patrick Graham's defensive scheme, we run a lot of sub packages. So, we barely ever, come out in the base 3-4 defense. So having a versatile line is key. And the thing with him, he can rush, he can play inside for the 3 technique, but he also can slide out, play the 5 technique and even the 7 technique. He can rush with his hand in the dirt. He can rush standing up. So he really reminds me a lot of, Alden Smith, minus off the field issues. And if you remember Alden, he was a beast. He had those long arms, especially once he, really worked on his skills and his technique. I mean, he was almost unblockable for a while. So, some fans, they say we reached on him, but I humbly disagree. He was the top rusher on the board at the time. Will Anderson, he's more polished now, but, it could be debated that Wilson, he has a higher ceiling, plus with the guidance and mentorship of Chandler Jones and Max Crosby, I really don't see how this guy, won't be highly successful. He's especially with this high motor and a premier work ethic that he has. People try to compare him to, Cleveland Farrell. That's just not the case. Farrell was a big reach. Farrell probably could have got picked, in the late first round. But this kid, he's, he for sure is a top 10 talent. So it definitely wasn't a reach. But but let me know what you guys think. Is Wilson the impact player that we needed on defense? Do you think he was a reach? Let me know. And, dear Raider Nation, I always say players and coaches, they come and go, but we must always protect the shield. And remember, please subscribe, like, and share.